Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to show you step-by-step how to connect your own domain to Onepage. We're going to talk about the 3 ways that you can connect a domain, a record, which is the preferred method, name server method, and how to point a subdomain with a CNAME point. We'll also show you how to check the connection and answer some common questions that come up with other users. We'll also show you how to set up your domain redirect. Now, when you create a website with Onepage, you actually automatically receive a free Onepage domain. However, when it's time to go live, for professional appearance, we highly recommend you connect your own domain, for example, yourwebsite.com. This makes your website more trustworthy and greatly strengthens your brand. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in and show you how this all works. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything that we covered today, drop them in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any other videos like this one. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, before we actually show you how to connect our domain, I want to talk about the 3 ways that you can actually connect a domain with Onepage. The first is the A record point. Now, this is what we recommend, and it's ideal for connecting your main domain. An example would be yourdomain.com with a fast and reliable connection. It won't affect any of your existing email or DNS settings. These will all remain unchanged. We exclusively recommend this A record method to connect custom domains, and it just involves pointing your domain's A record directly to Onepage IP address, establishing a direct and reliable connection. Since you continue to manage your DNS records with your domain provider, services like email will remain completely functional. Okay, method 2 is the name server method, and this is really only for advanced users. You only want to consider this if you need centralized DNS management within Onepage and are willing to reconfigure any email-related service manually. The name server record fully transfers your DNS management to Onepage by changing your domain's name server settings to our servers. However, this method is generally not recommended, especially if your domain is used for email, as it can break. The only situation where this method might make sense is if you want to manage all of your DNS records directly within Onepage. It's important to note that temporary disruptions to your email services may occur until the required DNS records, such as the MX, text, or SPF records, have been fully configured. The final method is a CNAME point, and this is really just for subdomains. It's best suited for connecting your subdomain, such as info.yourdomain.com, while keeping the primary DNS configuration at your domain provider. An example of this might be a blog.yourdomain.com. If you only want to connect a subdomain like blogs.yourdomain.com, the CNAME method is the right choice for you. Your main domain and all other DNS records will remain unchanged. Okay, so now that we talked about the 3 primary methods, let's put this into practice and show you how to easily connect your primary domain in Onepage. Okay, so as you can see, we're logged into our Onepage account. And what we're going to do is we're going to work with this site here, which is just one of our test sites, Onepage Demo 3. What I can do is I can actually click into this site, and we see the pages here. For this site, there's just one page. On the left-hand panel here, we see an options called Settings. So we're going to want to go ahead and navigate to Settings. Now, under Settings, there's a tab called Domain Settings. So let's go ahead and click that. You will see that throughout this entire process, especially for connecting your primary domain via a record, it is super simple and fast and usually takes less than 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and click this button, Connect a Custom Domain. Now, I do have a domain registered for this project. This is just a sample domain, but this would be your primary business name. Our domain here is registered in GoDaddy, and it's just onepagetraining.com with hyphens in between one and page. So let's go ahead and copy that and come back to Onepage, and we can just paste that in here. Of note, it will recognize if it's a subdomain, and the subdomain tab will be highlighted if we are using a subdomain. If not, you don't have to worry about actually selecting that because Onepage will handle it for you. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the blue button to go to the next step. And here we go. We have a couple different options, and this is what I was talking about earlier. We have the A records, which is default because this is the primary recommended method. And we also have the name server records. If we chose a subdomain, the CNAME option would be exposed. Now, the connection is nearly instant, but because domain propagation happens all around the world, it can take a few hours to fully load in all locations, but it is generally quite quick. Another thing to note is your registrar maintains full control of your records. So in our case, we have our domain registered with GoDaddy, so we remain full control of that domain through GoDaddy. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the blue button for next steps. And this is all that we need to do. We're given 2 records here. We're given our A record with an IP address, which is Onepage IP address. And we're also given this CNAME record. Now, what this is for, so that if somebody enters the www in front of the domain, it'll actually just redirect to the main site. That way, the site will propagate whether they type in www or they leave out the www. Okay, so this is super easy. All that we need to do is copy this IP address. And if we click it, it'll copy for us automatically. There is some help info here on how to add your records to GoDaddy. Depending on your name provider, it will recommend which one for you. You can also see some help articles for all domain registrars. Okay, so we went ahead and copied that. Let's come back to GoDaddy, and we're in our DNS settings for this domain. We just simply need to add a new record. Now, we have all kinds of different options here. All that we need to be focused on here is the A record. If we hop back to Onepage, we see for the name, we need the @ symbol. So we can just go ahead and type the @ symbol in here. And for the value, we're just going to paste in this IP address. We can just go ahead and leave this at ½ hour for the time till live, which is the shortest amount of time. And we just need to add one more record. So we can hit add more record. Again, we get to choose here what we want. We're going to do CNAME because GoDaddy recommends CNAME here. For the name, we're going to put in www. And for the value, we're going to put in one-page-training.com. This would be whatever your domain is. So let's go ahead and copy that. We can come in here, paste this in, and we're just going to put www in for the name because that is what's recommended here. Okay, let's go ahead and hit save all records. It's going to update our DNS on GoDaddy's side. And if we come back here to Onepage now, we can hit this blue button that says, okay, got it. Just a note, if you need any help, you can drop any questions in the comments below, or you can hit this Get Help button to find more information on connecting your custom domain. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit OK, got it. And what's really nice here is we get this screen that shows us our current status of our DNS records. Already we're seeing that DNS records are correct, and now we're just seeing them update at different locations around the world. Again, this is the step that can take just a little bit of time to propagate across all locations around the world, but generally it's quite fast. In a worst case scenario, it could take 24 to 48 hours, but generally it's much faster than that. And then finally, it's going to automatically generate an SSL certificate for you so that your visitors have a secure connection when visiting your site, which is super important for filling out forms, building trust, and collecting payments. While this is loading, I just want to talk about a couple other little things if you run into any troubles outside of referencing the help articles. Just a reminder, the propagation time can take up to 48 hours to become effective globally in all locations. If you're not seeing your domain live, you can also try clearing your browser cache if this says that it's, fully connected, but you're not seeing your custom domain. And you want to make sure that you also publish your site within the Onepage editor. And I'll show you that here in a second so that we can make sure that our site is published to the custom domain. And again, just to reiterate, if we do the name server method, we want to make sure that we set up our correct MX records, text records for our email to all continue to work and be set up. And just note that if you use the name server method, have emails set up, it will break until you reconnect those records here in Onepage using the name server method. And of course, the support team here at Onepage is always happy to help you if you have any problems with any of this. Just keep in mind that different registrars use different terminology for different fields, but if you follow the guides, you should be able to connect your domain successfully. Okay, so we're back. This just took a few minutes, about 6 minutes actually on our end, and we can see now that we have confirmation. This is our free domain with Onepage, but we also have our primary domain without the www and with the www fully connected here. We've got these green status lights, and it includes an SSL certificate. Okay, so what we can do is we can close out of this screen, And the final thing that we need to do is we actually need to publish our site. So what we can do is if we come here into our site, again, this is just a simple site, but if we go ahead and hit update, we'll see now our custom domain here, and we can just go ahead and hit update. And now our site is successfully published at our custom domain. Reminder, this would be your custom business domain, whatever it would be, yourbusinessname.com/form in this case. So we can go ahead and click this, and everything should be working correctly with an SSL certificate installed. So once this loads up, this is the first time I'm clicking to it, so it might take a second here to propagate. But once this clicks up, we are now running our site on our custom domain. And it was quite easy using the A record method that we recommend here at Onepage. Just remember, it can take up to 48 hours for the DNS records to fully propagate. So if you're not seeing it in the first few minutes, just be patient and it will eventually connect. And if you continue to have trouble, just reach out to somebody on the support team or reference one of the help articles that are linked in the domain connection screen. So I hope that this video was helpful and shows you how easy it is to connect your custom domain to Onepage. Again, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. We'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks so much for stopping in.